What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. KG is back. Late night, second stream of the day. I did say it was going to be announced about 8 o'clock, 8:30. I had a feeling it was going to happen, and lo and behold, it did. While you're here, hit a like on the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed, drop your comments in on the comment section below, and let's get into it. Let's get into it. Oh, and if you haven't seen the earlier video, which was discussing all things Jesse Marsch, I've left that comment section pretty much up to you guys, apart from ones that do cross the line. I'm not really getting involved in that one, but that was a good stream earlier talking about Jesse Marsch, the ins and outs. Are you for him? Are you against him? But listen, that's for that video. This here is welcoming Georginio Rutter to Leeds United for a club record fee of around, well, Fabrizio Romano saying 28 million to begin with. And obviously the add-ons could take up to 40, around 40, 35, depending on euros and pounds. But either way, it's a new signing. So it's no longer Rodrigo. It is now Rutter. Yeah, Gavin, long time no see. Yeah, it feels like it was just a few hours ago, doesn't it? Unholy Confessions, love that name as always. Hey, KG, hope you are. I'm doing good, man. It's good to see that this signing is here. Obviously, there was a lot of people. That thought that this wasn't going to get done because of the result yesterday, because they didn't hear nothing all day. The various journalists around were telling us it's all done. It's just a few complications between the club and between the two clubs because it's such a big deal. So it's understandable for me. I thought it might be done tomorrow, but lo and behold, they've given it us today, and I'm happy with it. But I'll give reasons why. And yeah, Tom here, good point here. Hope we don't put too much pressure on Rutter due to his price tag and the simulation we are in. He's only 20. Obviously, with the price tag, we've paid for potential. I think that's pretty clear. We've paid for potential, not the finished article. And and also, I mean, first of all, Hoffenheim, brilliant business, getting him for what, 500,000, selling him for nigh on 35 million. That's great business. That's how you do that. That's how you buy low, sell high. That's how you do it. So, shout out to them. I'm sure they're enjoying a nice drink tonight, whatever they're drinking, super malt probably. But yeah, it's an exciting signing for me. It was much better than all the other names that we were linked with, all those like lazy links that were happening more from the British press. If we're being honest, it wasn't really from the European section, who pretty much know what's going on around in the top leagues. It was more from the local press and everything else like that were linking us with these tired, lazy names that we've heard year in, year out, and that we probably have no interest in right now. So it's nice to see that we're getting a player that we don't know what he can do, but I think it's exciting to see what he can bring, especially with that shot he's got and the fact that he can hit the ball very, very hard, by the way, with both feet. Absolutely love it. If you've got any people in the chat now, and obviously people watch the replay, if you've got any reservations, do put them in. It's good that this is what we do. We get our thoughts out now, see if we're right, wrong. Who cares? As long as it's the best thing for Leeds United. But let's see what everyone thinks right now. Mark is saying, what a great signing. Yeah, it's the potential that excites me, Mark. It's the fact that he's an unknown quantity to me. Fully admitted, I didn't really see much of him before. Didn't see any of him in all honesty. But I think it's the fact that he's got the ability to not only drop deep, but he can hit them from a striker's point of view. And if he will drift out wide, it means that other players will be moved around the front. And when you think of Sinistera, Nonto, Somerville, Rutter, that's exciting. That doesn't sound like a bottom end Premier League team. It doesn't sound like a bottom end Premier League front line, does it? Not to me. But that should see us. I mean, that hopefully will see us safe. I mean, the predicament we're in right now is absolutely crazy. All the teams, and you look at comments from other fans of other teams around their clubs, they're pretty much saying all the stuff that we're saying, but it's just for their club. It's crazy how that works in the football world, but I feel like this will give us even more of a potency up front. What is everyone saying in regards to this? Yeah, Alfonso, will be good to see some shots outside the box for once with some power. Alfonso, it's something that I mentioned last year, and shout out to OUFC data for this one, is that we only scored 8 goals from outside the box in the whole of 2022. That's not good enough. Outside the box shots, they change games. They can sap our opposition's confidence. He will do this for us. He will definitely, well, not definitely, hopefully he will continue with the way that he can hit them and get them on target and give us some long range goals. We need a variety of goals for me, and this is good. This is good for me. More options up front. I love it. I love it. Um, Ishtar, you put something in the comments how to remove earlier, Ishtar, man. David Laddie is saying, who's he going to drop for Rutter, KG? Well, first of all, Rutter sees himself as more of a Bobby Firmino, which is not a straight up striker. It's more of a false nine who will link play. And if the wingers don't score, he will mop it up. I'm hoping it's more the Firmino of the Liverpool season where he got 18 goals. That would be lovely. But he can now rotate Aronson out of it. He can now not have to start Harrison again, keep Harrison on the bench, especially when Sinistera's back. It just gives us so many options. And this is the good thing, David. This is what we've needed. We've needed options where if someone's not performing, somebody else comes in. Lovely. Rodrigo, you can't take him out right now, I don't think. And I would be reluctant to remove Rodrigo from the front because I think that's what he's done best in his whole time at Leeds. When he's played back, wide, he stinks. He absolutely stinks. But this season, he's playing up front. He's finishing the goals. Let's keep Rodrigo there. So maybe he plays behind and brings Aronson out for a bit. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what Jesse's going to do. Theo saying, could he play 10 or maybe one of the wide 10 wingers? He does like to drift out wide, but I think, 10 is probably more likely. Or if Rodrigo's not staying, or if Rodrigo's out for whatever reason, he'll just play up front because he can play as the striker, but he just gives us that other option. I wouldn't say he's a striker per se. I think he's more of a forward. He's a forward player. So good option. Good option. Let's have a look. What's everyone saying? David is saying going to be another couple of signings before the window closes. There's going to be I feel there's going to be at least one more. And now this is done. The big journalists are saying now that Ounahi is the next one in. They're saying that he's the one now that we are looking to get. They've already talked with Angers. There's already talks going there. So let's hope that's true because you think about these two players coming in, changes the landscape of our team straight away. And it just adds more quality. And more quality equals less excuses for why we're not picking up points. So for me, it's a win-win. Another good thing for me is we're talking about this. It's been completed on the 14th of January. This now gives him the rest of the season to get up to speed with the Prem if he needs to. Hopefully, he hits the ground running. But if he doesn't, it gives him these few months to bed in, a full summer, and then a pre-season again for Leeds, and then we go again for a full season. That for me is another real positive thing about this. Joseph is asking, evening KG, do we have the most exciting youngster in the Prem? Are you talking about Rutter or Nanto? I gotta tell you, people. I know I said it on the early stream, but I've had messages since. There are fans of teams that want Nanto on their team, and they're wondering what it might take. We can't get involved in that. We can't get involved. I've ignored them, though. I've ignored them. Paul Gray, Ounahi was brilliant in the World Cup. He was, Paul. I know there's some scuttlebutt around whether he's good in the league, and don't get carried away the World Cup. I always think of players that were brilliant in the World Cup and didn't do it at club level. And Jemba always pops to mind. But I do think at 22 years old, with the potential that he's got, and especially if it is only around 22 to 25 million to get him, I think it's a risk worth taking. And Holy Confessions is saying, I don't think he can play him against Cardiff. Yeah, he can't play against Cardiff, so he's not going to be there for that game. So don't expect to see him. Would have been nice to see him in that cup game, of course, but his first game will probably be against Brentford. Whether he starts or not, I guess we'll know later to the time when Jesse Marsh does his press conference. Niall, 1 billion for Nanto, or they can go away. Yeah. I tell you, I mean, well, we're certainly not going to sell him for 3.8 million. That's what we do, though. That's what scouting does, and that's where you got to give shout outs to the scouts. And hopefully, Rutter is another one where the scouts have done a terrific job on this and got in there before another club could have got in there before us. And I think that's another reason why we've moved in January. I think it's smart business. Hopefully now, they've got that, and he's going to hit the ground running and be another success. Be really cool, wouldn't it? Really, really cool. Jamando is saying, I'm not sure about Ounahi. Priority should be a solid defender. It should be, Jaman, but I don't think that we're in the market for one. Unless somebody is coming in on loan, I don't see them splashing out for another defender, especially when a lot of them have signed new contracts. I feel like they should look at that in the summer. If they're not going to do it this month, I wish they would. But if they're not going to do it this month, please revisit in the summer. Just because players have signed a new contract doesn't mean they can't be sold in the summer. They could even be sold in the same month. It could just be security for Leeds and the player agrees. So we do need to look in that area 100%. We need ball playing centre backs with a bit of pace, regardless of what system we're playing. You need a centre backs with a bit of pace. It has to be. We can't keep going with these slow centre backs, especially when they haven't got the IQ to defend. So yeah, we need to revisit that. But if we do get another midfielder like Ounahi or in that ilk, it will give us another midfield option to further protect the defense. So for me, I'm good with that. I'm good. Uh, no need for a defender. We have Llorente. Gavin's always popping the jokes, man. Shout out to you. LUC Will, why can't you play versus Cardiff? I don't know. Unholy Confession says it's because he didn't play in the first game. I'm not sure if that's true. I don't know the FA Cup rules. I've got to be honest. I don't know them in and out. I just know that if a lone player plays for a club, he then can't play for his parent club if he gets sent back. I don't really know the ins and outs of the FA Cup. So maybe it could be that one on what Unholy Confessions is saying in regards to he wasn't registered for the first game and it's a replay. Could be that. I don't know though. So I'm not going to say the information. Louis is saying, I keep thinking about the defenders that sign new contracts. PTSD, KJ. I know it's not ideal, is it? And we could have one more with Robin Koch, and there's a lot of people that aren't really sure about him too. So, yeah, it's mad, isn't it? It's all mad. Ian Ward, KG, you were fast becoming my favorite content creator. You're so balanced. Keep up the great work. Well, some people say I'm balanced, some people say I'm not. I'm cool with it. I just always say it how I see it, and that's all I can do. I try and speak as a fan, but then also from a footballing point of view. It's one of the many reasons why I started my channel. I didn't feel like there was enough of that. I thought it was too Leeds biased and Leeds heavy. But you need to understand everyone else in football as well in order for your club to be successful. And that's how I try and look at it too. But I appreciate that a lot. Thank you, Ian. Let's have a look. Jaman's asking about Creswell. Is it possible to get Creswell back now, or is it a season-long loan? They can recall him, Jaman, and I think they're looking to recall him to send him back out on loan. So he won't be an option for us. They're looking to get him more experience, and I expect Charlie Creswell to go out on loan next season too. I think he needs another full year of seasoning in a regular spot because he hasn't been getting regular football at Millwall, unfortunately. So yeah, I think he will be coming back, but I think he'll be sent out on loan to another championship team. Ishtar is saying the team is starting to look exciting. I feel in so many elements, Ishtar, I feel like a lot of the team is exciting. A lot of the players excite me when I talk about them. But then you have to talk about some of the not so exciting players, and it drags it back a little. But yeah, it's only adding to more of the quality in the squad. That's only a good thing, people. We need it. We absolutely need it. So more of the same, please. More of the same. And if they do get a midfielder in, I said I wouldn't ask for anything else, and I'll stick to that. But in the back of your head, you're always hoping, please get a defender, please, pretty please. But hey, that's being a greedy fan, isn't it? Robbie, no, Mason Holgate. I've heard of talk of Mason Holgate. Any thoughts? Yeah, I got thoughts. Keep him in Everton. Mason, this is the thing for me, man. Why are so many people just so content in taking other Premier League scraps? I don't get it. Mason Holgate can't get a game at Everton, who are not doing much better than us. But we're supposed to take him, and he's supposed to be better. He's not that good of a defender. There's a reason why he doesn't get a game at Everton. Much like there's a reason why Chris Wood doesn't get much game at Newcastle. Much why Southampton fans can't wait to get rid of Che Adams. I just don't get it. Let's let the scouts do the work. Let's make the scouts do the work and see what they can find of a more exciting potential rather than Premier League cast-offs and some players that are just not good enough. So no, for me, Mason Holgate, I'd rather keep this current crop, and that's saying a lot. But Low D is saying Holgate is better than Coop and Cock. But you're not raising that's not raising it enough for me. That's not raising it enough for me because that bar isn't too high. The bar is that's too low for me. Yeah, Lewis, shout out to you. But it's prem proving, KG. Yeah, shout out to you. Goldie is saying, has there been any more Gelhardt news? I haven't seen anything, Goldie. I haven't seen anything, but I would say that it's pretty likely he's going to go out on loan, especially with Rutter here now. I just don't see where Gelhardt comes in, because we talked about Gelhardt playing in the 10. If anyone's going to play in the 10 now, it will probably be Rutter behind Rodrigo. I just don't think that it's going to be good for him to stay. It'd be good for him to go out and get first team football, regular first team football, rather than getting competition winner minutes here for 10, 15 minutes a week. Let him go out on loan, and then possibly go out on loan again. Just let him get some more game time. I don't think we should sell him, but I think he's a high end prospect. So send him out on loan and see what he can do. Let's see if he can rip it up. Let's have a look. Stephen is saying, do you reckon we sign the Moroccan lad, KG? Yeah, Ounahi. It sounds like they've been in talks for a few days now. That doesn't happen unless there's some kind of willingness on the player side and the agent side to discuss. Obviously, we've put in a higher bid than Napoli have, and other teams are willing to do, and that shows you kind of where we are, and that the Leeds really want to get the deal done. We're going to have to offer him a nice packet to move, because at 22 and after such a stellar World Cup, this next move is going to be it's going to be vital for him. It's going to be huge. So I think that there is definitely a chance there. I don't know if it is going to happen, but we're obviously in deep talks with him. So let's hope it does happen. Let's hope it does, and we'll keep an eye on that one. Hey, the thing for me is I feel I've got a day off tomorrow. I don't feel I'll be streaming tomorrow. Luckily for some of you guys, but wouldn't it be nice if tomorrow morning you just wake up, man, you got some sleep in your eye, and Leeds of Ounahi, what? But we'll see. We'll see what we can do. Mudryk to Chelsea is a bad one, John. I don't know if people have been looking at Mudryk on social media. On Instagram, this guy has been flirting with Arsenal, is putting it mildly, people. He has been giving Arsenal the come on for weeks, literally weeks. He's been watching their games, pictures of Arteta saying, what a great coach. Please let this happen. I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously, Shakhtar must have given him the okay to do it, because otherwise that's very disrespectful to your current club. But he's all there. Arsenal are in talks. Chelsea coming at the last minute, and he's gone to Chelsea. I mean, that's why I always say, people, clubs over players every time. Support your club first, no matter how much you love your favorite player. If there's an opportunity that's greater for them, they will go. So, I mean, hey, he was just begging for a move out of the Ukraine league, I think, get his money up and everything else like that. Can't blame him. Don't blame him for that. But don't twerk so hard for one team, and then as soon as another one comes along, I'm gone. It looks dirty, doesn't it? So, Lodi just on Holgate. I can't believe Holgate has got into this video, man. I might have to edit this. I might have to edit my first ever video. I'm just joking, Lodi. I'm just joking. I know what you mean, KG, but if we sign Holgate, then it stops one of them others from being in the squad, which is a bonus. But Lodi, he's got the bozo gene too. I feel like you'll be very disappointed, Lodi. I don't know if you've been watching him. He's not good. He's got head loss on him. So for me, you're taking out one problem and putting in another. Just not worth it for me. But I know what you're saying, but taking out one bozo for another, might as well keep the bozo we got in it. Better the devil you know. Shout out to Isaac for the super chat. KG, my man, if we get Ounahi, we're going to have a midfield that makes us proud. Adams and Ounahi, it's a dream. Also, it will give our defense a better cover. Absolutely. And it's not just that, Isaac. You can play Ounahi, Adams, and Rucker if you want to in the same midfield. Give even more protection and probably allow Rucker just to roam forward a bit more, because we've seen him. He does get caught upfield a little bit. And it would allow him to do his thing because he is a good passer for the ball. I know he hasn't been in good form lately, but he is really good at a good passer of the ball, and it would free him to do more. So, but yeah, it just gives us more quality options in there. And let's just say it is Ounahi and Adams. When one needs to come off and you got Rucker coming on, hey, that's pretty good options, isn't it? Better than what we've currently got. Alfonso, Seko Fofana or Ounahi, who you taking? Seko Fofana all day, Alfonso. I'm a huge, huge fan of Seko Fofana. Seko Fofana is somebody I've had my eye on. When I was watching Czech Decore, who's now at Crystal Palace for Lens in League 1, Man, this guy, he can do it all. He's an all-rounder, and he's at a good age. I think he's like 26 now, if I'm right with that. He is one hell of a defender. Defensive midfield, central midfield, can do both. He's a wonderful player. So yeah, I would have Seko Fofana because I think he's more complete now. But again, the potential of Ounahi is exciting too. But yeah, if you give me the choice, give me Fofana. Yeah. Steve's gonna steal Bozo cheap and head last. Well, oh man. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Jacob just saying in regards to Rucker, Rucker just needs more time and space on the ball. System doesn't suit him really. Yeah, he does. Like I say, and especially in the Villa game, it was more noticeable as well when he didn't get to make the interception. He was getting caught a lot more than he usually does. So, yeah, it just gives you another option. That's what we need. That's what we need. We need different options, different systems for different teams. That's what we need. Is he 27 now? No, no worries. No worries. Alfonso just saying in regards to Fofana, man of the match versus PSG. I didn't get to see that game, but that doesn't surprise me. That does not surprise me. He's awesome, man. Absolutely awesome. Alison, KJ, you're missing Love Island. It's back Monday, Alison. Don't expect to see any of these kind of time streams when that's on, though. Lewis is saying this is something that people keep asking. Can we sign a defensive coach? I'm not sure. Do we have one or not? I don't look into the backroom staff that deeply. I've got to be honest. So I don't know if we've got a defensive coach or not. You'd explain a lot, but maybe we need a different one. But yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a look. PRE is saying which two out of Cine, Cree, Harrison, or Nanto? Oh, Crescencio and Nanto. That one's easy. Sinisteri you can use as your X factor off the bench, but the connection that Somerville and Nanto have got, that it's lethal. It's absolutely lethal. It's proven lethal. Whether they've come off the bench or started games, they've been absolutely wonderful. And reasons why we've managed to concede loads of goals, but then score more because them two have been on their job. So yeah, absolutely. Somerville and Nanto, they're two key players for us right now. That's what I think. Well, that's my opinion anyway. Just opinion, of course. Let me just see. Is there anything else in regards to Rutter, or shall I leave it there? And big shout outs as well to Douglas Harley who donated the super thanks on the last video. Much love, man. But yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it. Has anyone else got to say about Rutter? Any worries? Any excitement? Let me know now, and I'll put them up, and obviously put them in the comments below the video after it's done. Oh yeah, of course, man. There's over 400 people. Shout out to everyone watching. Thank you so much. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and please hit a like on the video. It's free and the best way to support the channel. Yeah, Lewis. Shout out for the owners for dishing out money. Lessons learned from last January, Lewis. I think they realize, or whoever else is behind it, realize Premier League is way too valuable to take that kind of risk on again. Yeah, but you can't diss them. They're doing what they need to do. Absolutely. Tom Gatlin, all social media has changed in reference to toxicity in the last 1 hour due to Rutter signing. But it happens though, doesn't it? You know, you lose one game, and I'm still gutted about the loss over Villa. I'm not going to lie about that. But a new signing, it gives you hope, doesn't it? It gives you something to look forward to. He's an unknown quantity, so we don't know what we're fully getting unless you've watched him. And shout out to you if you watch the Bundesliga. But it's an exciting thing. It gives you hope for your team's future. That's what it does for me. Well, depending on the signing, you know, if we ever sign one of those people I mentioned earlier, this video would not look this way. I promise you. But it does. It gives you hope, and that's a good thing. That's all you want as supporters. You want hope that you're going to go into games and predict to win. And if you've got more weapons that you feel can win, even better. Yeah, Robbie shows ambition. Absolutely, we've broken the, and let's not underplay it. We've broken the transfer record. Rodrigo is no longer it. He's no longer it. And listen, if he ever does reach up to 40 million euros, then that means he's done his job, or we've finished wherever we've promised to pay him the money for where we've promised to finish. It's all good. I always say about add-ons, don't worry about the add-ons. It's a good thing if you reach them because it means targets have been hit. I never worry about the add-ons. Paul Gray just saying, hopefully the season turns around this week. Cardiff and Brentford so pivotal. Absolutely, Paul. I mean, I want to see 2 wins out of these. I'm not saying it's going to happen. We saw Brentford today. Brentford today put in a performance that I wish we could just put in. A standard run-of-the-mill 2-0 victory. How nice does that sound, people? Just a standard run-of-the-mill, no drama, no soft goals being given away, just a 2-0 victory, calm victory, move on to the next game. And even Brentford in their second season are making it look easier than we have. You know, I spoke about Fulham being 6 and I think 14 points clear of us. Brentford are making it look easy in the second season. You know what I mean? It's so the owners are right now to upgrade the squad. The old model wasn't working in terms of buying loads of young British-based youngsters, I would say, and stockpiling them up. It's time now for better, more high quality youngsters and more established talent like Verba, who we got early this window, and Ounahi, who's got a high profile. I like the change of direction we've gone in. Yeah, Gavin, I saw that managerless Cardiff, man. Of course, isn't it? Just before they come to Leeds. But listen, manager or new manager bounce, forget that. We should be beat. Cardiff are cheeks. They're not good. They're not good. So at Ellen Road, under the lights, I expect us to get the job done. No excuses. Can't be umming and ahhing against Cardiff at home. Otherwise, we might as well just pack this all in. We might as well never do a prediction again. So the boys are gonna do their job this Wednesday. Absolutely. But listen, I'm gonna leave it there. I didn't think I was gonna go this long, but you guys in the chat, you know what to do, man. You guys are brilliant at the interaction. So thank you. Put your comments in afterwards for the people in chat if you want to. People watching the replay, put your comments in also. Like the video, enjoy the signing. Rutter is in the building, new forward for Leeds United, record signing. Let's await the next one because there's one more to come. People, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Peace out.